Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and today I'm going to answer a viewer's question. It comes from Roger, and Roger says he has a Mitchell 300 and a Mitchell 300A, and both have the same problem. They don't have a functional anti-reverse. So I'll take you through what it's about, and we'll talk about one or two of the potential problems. And interestingly enough, here's a 300 that doesn't have the anti-reverse. Actually, this one's stuck. There we go, we can move that. But regardless, it doesn't have an anti-reverse. So if you've been fishing the reel, you probably assume right away that something just broke, and you probably can go in and we'll show you how to fix that. And if you just picked up the reel, well, then you're in for some surprises, right? So I was fortunate enough about a year or so ago to acquire quite an inventory of Mitchell parts. I was from a local repair center that kind of went out of business. And I'm not a Mitchell expert, I'll be the first one to tell you that, but I have learned a lot in that period, and I've also learned that when you get a bag of springs, hold on to them because you're never quite sure where they go or what they're for, but eventually you may run into that need. So I'm going to show you what you would do to fix an anti-reverse then. So you would start, of course you'd probably have a handle on here. You would start and take your side plate off and examine the situation. Now when you take a Mitchell 300 or a 300A off, you're pretty much going to see the same configuration. The 300A may have a different drive up top here where it meets the head, but basically you have a main gear, you have the oscillating gear, you have the head gear, and they're all going to perform different functions here. The anti-reverse is under the transition gear here, and in this case, this is an example of why the anti-reverse in this reel doesn't work. It's missing. So somebody probably took that off. I don't know why, but again, it's kind of odd, but nothing surprises me in reels anymore. So this is what the anti-reverse should look like. You should be able to take this gear off, and most of the time you're going to see this configuration. It's going to have a plastic anti-reverse dog, it's going to have a sawtooth configuration, it's going to run into the outer ring of the main gear, and it's going to be held in place by a spring. And when you drive your gear, it's going to push this up and back and forth, and it's going to cause that to intersect when you stop. Now, one of the problems with a plastic gear, of course, is that enough times of this, and the teeth, like tread-on tires, are going to wear down. They're not going to have a good grasp on the main gear. That's going to wear it down, it's going to stop, and you won't have an anti-reverse function because of that. A second problem is the spring itself. The spring is loaded in off of this main gear, off the anti-reverse dog. There's a little hook here, slides under the gear, and then rests on the side plate here. I'll show you how to do that because we're going to go do that on that other one just to restore that function there. And then the third cause, of course, is somebody took the dog off. So here's a new one, even though it's dirty. You'll notice that in this one there's a little post with an indentation, and the spring you need is this spring. It's a sort of a flat spring with that little circle. That little circle then is going to go onto the button like that, and then when we put that on to install, we're going to install this over the stud. That spring is going to ride under the little lip in the anti-reverse dog, and then it's going to rest against the side plate here. I know it might be a little bit difficult to see, and then you're going to have the teeth work. So now, where I had no anti-reverse, I now have the anti-reverse in this reel. And then of course we have the override. Now this has been sticking. I found that out just when I did it before. It takes a little strength. I'm going to hit that with some WD-40 to loosen that post up. But when you turn that to the off position, it's going to disengage the anti-reverse teeth. It's going to allow you to spin in both directions accordingly. So just put that back for now, get it engaged, show you once more. So that's it. A plastic anti-reverse gear, saw teeth on the plastic which may wear, a spring loaded from inside resting on the case. That spring may be gone. You may have a seized flip lever. This one's kind of tough. Well, like I said, I'll deal with that with a penetrating oil. And that's it. That's how the majority of the Mitchell 300s and 300As work. There are some alternate configurations, but this one's certainly the most common. And I hope that answers our viewer's question. So put that back on. Put it back in your case, and now you've got a reel. After you button the reel up, you'll have a reel that has an anti-reverse. And stop. Okay, so that's hopefully that's the answer to the question, and I'll try to answer more questions like that. If you have a question like that, let me know, and we'll see if we can help you as well. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Thank you for watching.